Hello, this is merely a test, and you should click off this video right now because there's no information for you here that is necessary for you to know. Now, this is a camera and mic quality test, just to see if everything works properly, because it's really difficult to get your mic to sound good with OBS filters and such. Like I said, unnecessary information. Now, I have been thinking about a few things during the last few months. Uh, I think that in general, I think people have a very hard time changing who they are, taking action, and I think they know that it's their fault. That if you are having a problem that you're just waiting for it to go away, or you're just waiting for something to happen, uh, you are the reason that thing is not happening. In the majority of cases, I think you can change it if you actually want to. You might say, "Oh, I really do want to change my life," but then you have that thought, and then you pity yourself, and then you just keep scrolling or whatever it is you're doing, drinking, I don't know, whatever you're doing, not doing that one thing you should do. Now, that is the easy way to do things. Pity yourself and then try to forget that your life is not how you want it to be, which is exactly what many of you are probably doing. And it is your own fault. Now, there are some cases where you actually can't help it, and that's fine. If you don't have a leg, you can't just get a leg. Maybe you could try and get a prosthetic, but I understand that there are other cases. Maybe that's a bad example. I don't know. I understand there are cases of circumstances you cannot change, but I do think that you can do something about the situation that you're in anyways. So if you want to travel the world, or I don't know, whatever it is you want to do, but you're missing a leg, you could still do that. It might sound harsh, but it is an excuse that you have. Oh, I can't work. Sure, you can work. You could work. Now, being on disability is fine. You should be able to support yourself if you are having trouble, but I do think that you could improve your life if you did take action. Now, why am I saying this? Because too many people are just waiting for something to happen. There are possibilities, there are things you can do. Whether you want to, it's just a matter of how much you want this one thing. Now, you can be very comfortable in your pity and sadness and whatever, and say, "Oh, I'm poor." Now, I'm not saying poor people are bad, but there are things you can do to improve your life, no matter what the circumstance you're in. Um, you, I'm saying this because I've been there. Now, I don't really have any huge things, Oh, I'm not saying. I'm just saying I've been stuck for a while, and then now things are going better, and it's just because I got tired of living that way, and now I'm actually doing things I want to do. I don't know what changed. You might say, "Oh, the only thing I wish is I did this earlier. Improve my life earlier." I don't think you had the capability to change earlier. Like, you can't change the past, and if you went back into the past, that would just it wouldn't work, because then you would feel the exact same way that you did in the past. You can't change the past. Now, I think you can change You can't change the future either, because the future isn't set yet, so you can't change something that hasn't happened yet, right? But what you can do is take action right now. You can plan, or you can say, all right, tomorrow. If you say I'll do it tomorrow, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying you should do something. You only have today. Today is the only thing you can control. And if it's nighttime, like 2 a.m., and you have to sleep and then school or work tomorrow, sure, you might not be able to do anything extravagant today, but you can still write something down. If you have chores that you've been waiting on, like you've just been ignoring and putting off, just write down the list if you haven't already had it. Like, do something. Write down, put an alarm for tomorrow after when you have some free time, and then actually do something you want to do. Now, a lot of people don't actually want to make the change, they just want the reward. And I think that is not. I think everyone knows that this is not what you should be doing if there's something you actually want. In that case, I think you actually don't want it. You don't want it as much as you don't want your current life. Because your current life is comfortable, you don't have to put in any effort, and you can just blame it on whatever, find something else to blame than yourself. Now, that is completely fine. You are okay to do that, and you can get mad at me. That's okay too. You can be mad at my words and say that I don't know, or I'm not in your shoes. You have all these excuses for why you cannot change, and that is fine. You are allowed to have those excuses and not change your life. And like I said, there are circumstances you can't change, but there's probably other things in your life you can change then, in that case. It can be small things. It can be bigger things. I don't know. Anyways, yeah, it's just incredible how little people seem to have. People are not. They are lying to themselves, in my opinion. They are saying that they can't do anything about their circumstance, and then they quit, they give up, and then 7 years later of wasted life, they just keep doing what they're doing. Now, after you've wasted your life, a few years of your life, maybe you finally get your act together, and that's good. But you can't go and say, "Oh, I should have done this 7 years ago." You, that's you pitying yourself again. You took action, and that's good, no matter what it was. Reasonably, of course. And that is what I did. I'm not gonna get into specifics, but I did it. And now I'm super rich. I have like a lot of money because I did this one thing, yeah. And I'm not gonna say what it was because you gotta figure it out yourself. But now I have like tons of money, and it's great. I can finally buy stuff. I can finally buy a house soon, which is great. It's amazing. Yeah, that was that mic and camera test. Nothing I said was true. You are completely hopeless. You cannot do anything about your life. That's just how it is. Sad for you. Very good. Uh, subscribe and like. I don't know.